And there becomes a socioeconomic hierarchy, and we're striving and striving and striving to be at the top of that hierarchy. In the middle of the 16th century, there was a scholar named Eurytus, and he became ill in a small Italian town and went to the hospital that, for lack of a better comparison, would be what our own John Gaston Hospital used to be, or the Med, a hospital for waifs, a hospital for the down and outs, a hospital for the strays. And the doctors looked at Eurytus, and they examined him, and they did what they could to figure out what was going on with him, and they couldn't come up with anything. And so several of them gathered at the foot of his bed, and thinking that Eurytus was just street folk, just, you know, one of the large group, they talked in Latin, not knowing that he might understand them. And what they discussed was using such a worthless wanderer for medical experiments. That if something bad happens, nobody's going to miss a street person. And Eurytus heard what they were saying, and to their surprise, and I suspect to their dismay, and very much they were sad that it happened this way, Eurytus sat up and said, "Call no man worthless for whom Christ died." And who did Christ die for? All men. All men. Every one of us. There is not one worthless soul that God created. So, you know, this revolution of society and social revolution brings us all on the same plane. The last revolution, and one that we have the most problem with, I do, is an economic revolution. Because our society is an acquisitive society. How many of y'all got your newspaper this morning? How much do you think that sucker weighed? 2 pounds of ads that says, you gotta get it. You gotta have it. You gotta get more and more and more and more, or you're just a dud. That's all there is to it. If you don't go out and get more, you're a failure. You're just an abject failure. And some of us buy into it. Some of us buy into it. And we go and we spend and we work and we hoard and we stash it away. And I see smiles on faces. I see people laughing as I cleaned out my moose house. Some of y'all know about the moose house, getting Christmas decorations. I found stuff I've been hoarding and stashing away for the last 5 years since I moved there. What do I need all this for? I really have no need of 114 strands of Christmas lights, but I got them. Well, if we listen to Christ, that acquisitiveness, that desire to acquire becomes less. And what takes its place is a desire for us to earn and to get, but when we get it, to share it. To give it to those who are unable to earn. To give it to those who are less fortunate than we are. John Wesley. John Wesley was a smart man. And I like what he said about many things. And what Wesley said was, make as much money as you possibly can. Sentence number 1. Sentence number 2 was save as much money as you possibly can. But the last sentence was give as much away as you possibly can. That's the part of the Christian Revolution that changes our demeanor from being grab and get and stash and save, to say, here, can I help you? Can I give you what you don't have? Can I help you get what you need? There is supreme, supreme loveliness in the Magnificat. It is a beautiful work. And Mary expresses her thanksgiving and her praise and her love for her Lord in a wonderful, wonderful way. But underlying the praise, underlying the love, is an explanation to the folks then and the folks now that if we accept the gift of the baby, if we accept the salvation that he came to bring, then we too must accept the parts of the revolution that he came to earth to begin. May we look over the coming days at the love and the joy and the beauty of the babe in the manger. But may we look at ourselves as we accept that babe. May we look at ourselves and see if our lives reflect the story that he came to bring. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.